What's up and what's good, YouTube? It is Sean with 614 Inc. Reviews and How-Tos coming at you today with a quick review video of my first ever card that I purchased using eBay's new authenticity guarantee policy. And so let's just jump right into this thing. I want to make it as informative but also as short as possible. This is the box. Obviously I've opened this because I wanted to do a full vetting of what's inside and some research so that I could bring to you guys as much information as possible without making you watch me experience these things for the first time. But anyhow, the box is extremely tight, form-fitting to the eBay protective card holder. You can see right here it says authenticity guarantee. Now anybody who is a fellow collector out there like myself, I was really excited about this process. All of the extra little nuances here. Anytime you can have a collectible card like this one and then do things to further differentiate yourself from what everyone else has out there and make your card stand out from the crowd, I'm all for it. And so when I first found out about this authenticity guarantee that eBay offers, I was super excited. I mean, grading in itself is already that. You're taking your raw card, you're sending it to a grader, they're putting their stamp of approval on it as far as verifying that the card's authentic, and then assigning it a grade. I'm not going to get too far into that. Most people are generally familiar with the grading process, but this takes it one step further. So, you know, there are counterfeit slabs out there. There are people that are, you know, scam artists, and you know they'll buy the blank slabs, they'll print off their own labels to mimic a BGS or a PSA or whatever have you. And typically when you get into a higher dollar card like this one, that's where you really run the risk of opening yourself up to potential scammers. And so what eBay has done is they have taken the stress out of purchasing a higher dollar card, and they offer their own authenticity guarantee when you purchase something above $250 in the way of a trading card off of eBay. And so one thing I did learn throughout this process is there are three verifiers, and we'll get into that in a second. Let's just go ahead and crack it open now and take a look at it. When you open it up, it says collect, trade, repeat right here on the slab, and then it says your collection is now upgraded, which I thought was pretty cool because again, that's what this is all about. And then it folds back again and you have your authenticity guarantee paperwork. And basically, I am going to read this to you because I do feel like it is important. It says, we're thrilled to deliver the latest addition to your collection. This item has been inspected by a team of industry experts at CGC, CSG, or PSA, and we'll get back to that in 1 second, so you can display it with total confidence. Please note, it was discovered to contain an embedded relic. We stand behind the authenticity of the sealed plastic holder, but we cannot guarantee the authenticity of the embedded relic. And then it says, to view your card's authenticity guarantee, simply scan the QR code on the back of the sleeve. And I will, cover all that in a second because, like I said, I believe that's all pretty important to this process. And then it says, because great cards deserve to be seen, this protective cover was designed to snap back into a display stand. And so you can see here that the actual cardboard protective, and it's magnetized. This, I believe, this ring here, it is removable, and I think that's just more for shipping purposes. But this thing bends back and magnetizes to itself, and you can see that the box here is actually magnetic, so that you can display the card. I have a card vault. I will never use that. To each their own if you like it, but I'm actually going to just throw this whole entire slab right in my card vault and leave it right here in the protective case. But it is a pretty cool display and pretty cool presentation, and I'll take it out and show you guys some things here in a second. This particular card is the number 59 8788 Fleer Michael Jordan in a BGS 8.5. Now, as I said, we're going to go ahead and delve right into this because this is the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about here today. There are three grading companies. Let's just go right down our list. CGC, CSG, or PSA. After I got this card back, it doesn't state who looked at your card. But as they said, and let me go ahead and remove it from the holder here, you can scan your QR code right on the back of the sleeve. And you can see here too, it says eBay authenticity guarantee, and it's got the sticker, and then it says void if damaged. And so to avoid people from taking this card out of the slab bag, they've put the sticker on there, and if anybody tried to remove this, unless they were really surgical, you'd see that a corner was bent up or kind of chipped away or peeled away, or even worse, if torn. I've never tried to open this, and I'm not going to, because again, that voids the authenticity guarantee. But you could kind of take some solace in the fact that if you bought this from a seller, or bought a card like this from a seller, and it already had the eBay authenticity guarantee on it, you would know that this has been vetted. Again, to go back without talking in circles too much, the CGC, the CSG, or the PSA. If you buy a raw card, your card will be sent to a CGC or a CSG authenticator. If you buy a graded card, your card will be sent to a PSA authenticator. Anybody who is a collector knows that PSA is the industry leader in verifying the authenticity and grading of cards. And so I love the fact that even though this is a BGS card, for me personally, BGS is second only to PSA. I love the fact that PSA basically authenticated the slab that this card is embedded in. And I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but that's where we're going. So it says, please note, it was discovered to contain an embedded relic. We stand behind the authenticity of the sealed plastic holder, but we cannot guarantee the authenticity of the embedded relic. And so what that means is PSA is passing the buck to BGS on whether or not the card is real. So they're saying, we didn't grade the card. BGS put their name, put their label, put their slab, offered their services in verifying not only the condition, but the authenticity of the card, which they are referring to as an embedded relic. And they are saying, we're not going to verify the card. What we are going to do is inspect the slab for any issues or evidence of tampering. And they clearly have put their stamp of approval on it. And so what they're saying is, this card, PSA agrees, was sent to BGS, it was graded, and it has not been doctored in any way, shape, or form since that grading process. And so if you trust BGS, then to verify that this is an authentic card, then you have absolutely no concerns that this is a real card, because PSA then went, after I purchased the card, and inspected the slab and made sure that it had not been tampered or doctored in any way, shape, or form. And so really, this card is double authenticated. It was authenticated by BGS, and then it was again inspected and made sure that this card was sent to me exactly the way that it was after BGS authenticated it. And so when you scan your barcode here, or QR code rather, if you have a non-graded card, like I said, it will be sent to either CGC or CSG for authentication. And when you scan this QR code, it basically takes you back to an eBay page. There's not a whole lot of information provided there, but it does tell you which authenticator verified the condition of your card. And so you'll know, if you have a raw card, which of the two that inspects the raw cards for eBay took a look at it. Short of that, this is a really straightforward procedure. When you purchase the card, the one thing we didn't talk about is your address is not given to the seller. The verification address, where the seller needs to send the card to eBay's authenticators, is supplied to the seller, and so they send it to the eBay authenticators, who then inspect the card, who then package it up into this nifty little eBay packaging, and then send it back out to you. And so the whole process really took about 2.5 weeks from the time that I won this auction to the time that the car was submitted, and they send you updates along the way. eBay does. Your seller has shipped the item, eBay authenticators has reviewed it, eBay authenticators, and then they give you a note, have authenticated the authenticity of the item, and then it's being shipped to you, and then you can track it. So you are in the know of where your card is and what's going on every single step of the way. And so for me, as somebody who spent good money on this card and wanted to make sure that it was real, this is a free service, and I say free in air quotes because it's definitely something that you're paying for on the back end. You know, the seller fees, and of course sellers, you know, if eBay takes more money from them, are going to charge more money to sell their items. So everybody's paying for this. However, it is a free service. So if you win the card at a price that you're content with paying, this is not something that you have to pay extra for. It is included in your winning bid at no additional charge above and beyond your winning bid price. And so for me, the nifty little packaging, again, the sticker on the back, the QR code that states that it was, you know, double authenticated from PSA, and you see it in the BGS slab. This is just something that 9 out of 10 of these cards that you see out there for sale are not going to have. And so this is a really good way to separate your collection from everybody else's, give yourself peace of mind, and make sure that, you know, the item that you're purchasing is authentic. And so I hope you guys found my experience useful, informative. Just to real quick show you this slab. These are like little spandex bungees here that just grab the corners of the slab and hold it in place. Again, back, nothing to it. And then, you know, like I say, collect, trade, repeat. Your collection has been upgraded, and eBay authenticity guarantee with the magnetized holder. And the font, which you can't tell really good, is kind of like iridescent and laser etched, like a foil collectible card would have on it, or something along those lines. So it is a pretty attractive setup. And again, you know, anytime that you can further add uniqueness to your cards, especially high dollar ones like this Jordan here, I am all for these things. And you know, I was very satisfied and impressed with the service and the presentation and everything from start to finish. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up. Your support and viewership are what make videos like this possible, and I'd love to keep bringing them to you guys. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.